Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, Patt Sun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationship advice, posted by Reddit user ThrowRAvabino, where OP discovers that his wife hasn't actually moved on from her ex. My wife has a sex toy and it was modeled after her ex. I'm confused. What do I do? Is this considered cheating? I know the title probably sounds crazy. But yes, I recently discovered that my wife's sex toy was modeled after an ex-partner's of hers. I'll explain below, and I'll try not to go into too much explicit details. My wife and I have a good intimate life. It seems to be healthy to me. We like to try new stuff at times, and we do of course have toys. I always liked that and enjoyed that. I of course encourage and like her to have fun by herself as well. She's had that one sex toy since before we were married. She has more toys, but that one is by far the one she uses the most. Recently, I was looking through our drawers for something in the house. I saw a random box I didn't know about. I opened it out of curiosity to see what was inside. It turned out to be her toy. I didn't know she stored any of them separately. It appeared that there was some pictures with it as well. I took the pictures out to see what they were. I was pretty shocked. It looked like a picture of one of her exes. In the picture, he was comparing the modeled one and his own, side by side, and doing some poses in them. I was a little grossed out. My wife came home later that day and I had the box on the bed waiting for her. She looked a little surprised to see it laying out. She asked me what I was doing. I told her that she needed to explain herself. She said it's not what it looks like. I asked her why she was keeping pictures and everything. Instead of wearing, she asked me why I was snooping in her stuff. I told her that I got curious when I saw a random box. She seemed upset with me and didn't say anything for a minute. I questioned her again about the pictures. She finally told me that she likes to masturbate to the pictures sometimes because she gets to think about getting intimate with him, and it seems hot to her since it was modeled after him. She promised that she'd never cheat on me, but it just makes her feel good. She said it's just for fun. I asked her if she prefers that over me. She just said that she loves both. I knew what that meant. I walked off and slammed the door. I've slept on the couch ever since, and we've barely spoke. I want to understand and want to fix everything that's wrong between us. First, I just need to fully comprehend everything. I feel as though I was cheated on. I know that may not be accurate, but that's what it feels like. I don't know how my trust is in her anymore. What do I do now? Okay, ask your wife this, OP. What if you have a flashlight that was modeled after one of your exes, and you have nude pictures of her side by side with that flashlight, and it was your favorite toy? Ask your wife what she would feel about it. You have nothing to apologize for. You have nothing to fix. No, not at all. But your wife definitely does, however. I mean, that's basically cheating, OP. Every time she pleasures herself, she was holding nude pictures of her ex. That's cheating, OP. And just imagine if this ex of hers ever showed up in town. I'm calling it right now. She would run to his side and she will throw you away. Because in my point of view, you're her second choice, her plan B, and that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is she will cheat on you with him. She will keep you around, draining you dry of your money while she's having fun with her ex. She's keeping you around just in case that her ex doesn't want her permanently. You're her fail-safe. Do not tolerate this obvious disrespect, OP. You're better than that. Our second story is posted by Reddit user StrongWord5553. I caught my wife cheating with a good friend. This was one of the worst days of my life. I made a throwaway account since this is embarrassing to talk about. I have a job that requires me to travel from time to time, and I was supposed to be out of town for the weekend. There was an important conference I needed to be at in another city hours away. It was a Friday night and I drove to the airport to catch my flight. After waiting there for a couple of hours, I got a text from my boss saying he's feeling under the weather and is going to cancel the meeting. This already had me very upset. I wasted my entire day, plus I missed a chance to network with important people. I drove home and noticed my friend's car was parked in my driveway. This was unexpected at all, so I simply thought he was in the neighborhood and decided to stop by. I've known this guy for 12 years, since high school, so I couldn't imagine him betraying me. I looked around the first floor and I didn't see anyone, so I went upstairs. I heard some talking in the master's bedroom and I peered in. I was in horror when I saw one of my best friends in the middle of an intimate act with my wife. They were both completely naked, and I could see how hung this guy is. He was so much bigger than me. I confronted them right away and kicked out my so-called friend. I was at a loss for words. My wife kept apologizing. I couldn't understand why she did this, or if this was even her first time cheating. She admitted that our intimate life has been bad, and she wanted to get with other men. At this point, our marriage is over, and I filed for a divorce during the next few days. It's been 4 months since this happened, and I slipped into a real depression. Why did she feel like our sex life was bad? My penis is only a hair below average, so I didn't think I had any problems. I've been with 10 other girls, and nobody complained. Usually when I'm having sex, they seem to enjoy it. Is it possible she's lying? I can't figure out the truth, and it's wrecking my self-image. I haven't talked to my friend since this happened, and I'm so pissed that he stabbed me in the back for no reason. I don't know what to do to get out of this stupid slump that I'm in. So this is usually the part where I give my opinion on a post, but I guess Reddit user Mr. Niz summed it up so well that I don't have to. Stop fixating on the guy's penis. It's got nothing to do with the penis, how your wife was or wasn't satisfied with intimacy in your marriage. Just forget about that. What happened, simply put, is your wife arrived at the point of her life where she gave herself permission to have sexual relations outside of her marriage with a penis that wasn't her husband's. She decided to do it. Remember this, it wasn't something that she just fell into. It didn't just happen. It wasn't just a mistake. She actively planned deceit. She actively carried out betrayal. And she actively lied to you for the duration of the affair, if not before then. If that isn't acceptable to you, you need to move on. It's not about your failures or your shortcomings as a husband. It's about her choices, her decisions in the marriage. 1,000 decisions had to be made to get where you ended up. Should I smile at this guy? Should I flirt with that guy? Should I laugh at this guy's jokes? Should I text him? Should I send him my nudes? Should I meet him in a motel? And so on, until she's grinding genitals with another stranger because she wanted to. You know, the answer to all of those thousands of questions had to be, no, I'm a married woman and I won't be doing any of that. She knew it too. Still, here we are. Because she gave herself permission to do it. Because she thought there would be no consequences. Don't let this destroy your life. It wasn't your making. You're the innocent one here. You did nothing wrong. If I were you, I would take all the practical next step advice you're getting to heart. Yes, you probably should get tested for STDs and STIs. If you were fixated on the guy's penis, you might have noticed if he had it in a condom. If he didn't, well, this is definitely the time to get a test for STDs. Your wife is raw dodging it with strangers. I would also realize this is not her first rodeo. Any woman who is cheating just for sexual thrills is already past a lot of marital boundaries and has already convinced herself, hey, why not? I'm going to have fun. I deserve it. She doesn't care what you think about the situation or the risk to your sexual health at all. Don't convince yourself that she's remorseful. Don't convince yourself that there's a path forward with her after this. From what you're saying, she gave up a while ago. Don't do the pick-me dance with her. She does not deserve it. Lastly, don't think I'm typing a one-note response either. There are cheating situations where a couple can reconcile. But from what you're saying, this is not one of them. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to Patt Sun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.